Welcome back to Capital Conservatives. Today, we're covering a heated appropriations hearing where Senator Kennedy grilled SEC Chair Gary Gensler about the FTX collapse. Millions lost money as FTX, once a crypto star, imploded. So, where was the SEC? Stick around to find out. Kennedy asked, "Mr. Chairman, why did you and the SEC allow the FTX fraud to happen?" Gensler tried to explain the crypto market's complexity, saying it's offshore, full of abuses, and investigations take time. He noted the SEC brought over 150 actions in 5 years. But the room wasn't satisfied. Still, nothing happened until it all came crashing down.
Mr. Chairman, welcome.
It's always good to see you, Senator. I enjoy our times on our private talks and in these hearing rooms.
The feeling is mutual. Mr. Chairman, why did you and the SEC allow the FTX fraud to happen?
The crypto field is often one that is commingling and bundling services, as I said earlier, and often also offshore, and it is rife with abuses and fraud. It also takes time to thoughtfully and by the book and by the law build investigations and bring actions. There's a public figure, on average about 23 months from start to either settlement or bringing an action at the SEC. We did bring actions over the course of the last 5 years on 150 companies or
the cow was out the barn. I mean, I follow you.
Kennedy didn't mince words. He called out the arrogance and carelessness, saying you could have sent one investigator for half a day. He'd have welcomed it. Kennedy questioned why the SEC didn't act, even though they had the authority to regulate crypto. He made it clear, this failure hurt Americans everywhere. Gensler defended the SEC, citing past enforcement actions and legal processes. But the public saw the FTX collapse as a clear failure of oversight. Tens of thousands lost money, while lawyers debated in court. The SEC was slow, cautious, and ultimately ineffective.
Your remarks, Mr. Chairman, because I have great respect for you, and you've said repeatedly before FTX blew up that the SEC has the authority to regulate cryptocurrency. Now, here you have this company, FTX, run by a young man who has more zeal than wisdom. He prides himself looking like the fourth runner-up in a John Belushi lookalike contest. He prides himself on being underdressed and overhaired, reeks with arrogance. You could have sent down one investigator from the FTC with an ego like Mr. Bankman-Fried and said, I want to send someone down from the SEC and let them just watch you for a day. He probably would have welcomed you in. I mean, his dad is a chaired professor at Stanford Law School. Where was Stanford? But where was the SEC? I mean, this was an accident waiting to happen. And I don't understand where the SEC was.
So, sir, I would say that the whole field has hurt more Americans than it should.
Yeah, but I'm talking about FTX. I mean, we look back at FTX. I mean, Senator Durbin made this point. And we have this elaborate, complex regulatory machinery, the SEC, which I support, which is supposed to guarantee transparency and combat fraud. And any fair-minded person is to look at FTX and Mr. Bankman-Fried and these kids and go, what in God's... Where was everybody? Where was the SEC?
And I would say where we were is my predecessor, and also under my honor to be chair, we've brought 140 or 150 actions. There are 15 to 20,000 tokens, and there are dozens of platforms.
But it was after the fact.
This hearing isn't just about FTX, it's about accountability. It's about making sure regulators protect the public, not letting fraudsters run wild. Kennedy's tough questions highlight gaps in our system. A reminder we can't just trust bureaucracy. For more breakdowns of these hearings, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. The FTX scandal is a cautionary tale. Oversight matters, but only if enforced.
And Gary, I mean, here's this young man. He did everything but buy Mount Rushmore. Weren't y'all curious? What's this guy getting this money?
I would say that in the summer of 2021, when we Wells noticed a very large crypto exchange in the U.S., they went on Twitter and said that we were sketchy. When we subpoenaed Do Kwon, this is all public, so I can say it. When we gave him a subpoena, he fought us in the district court. He fought us in the appellate court.
But I'm not talking about how many lawyers can dance on the head of a pin. I'm talking about why didn't you send somebody down, I guarantee you, with his ego, Mr. Bankman-Fried would have welcomed, okay? He probably would have asked you to bring a film crew. You just send an investigator down, spend a half a day with these young people, come back and go get an injunction. Shut them down until they can answer some very basic, fundamental questions. Like, for example, were they commingling funds? Why didn't we do that? Why didn't you do that? That's what we pay you folks to do.
Well, I
get all the Wells letter and all that. We've got tens of thousands of people that lost a lot of money, and they look at this young man and they go, how did the regulatory authorities allow this guy to function? I mean, his Secret Service name is Butthead. That's how bad he is. Where was the SEC?
And Gensler, I can't speak to one enforcement matter like that, but let me just
boy, it's a big one.
This whole field, the whole crypto field, is built on models that we wouldn't allow in traditional securities markets of commingling. The commingling that you're mentioning.
Then why did you allow FTX?
And
why did you allow FTX?
We investigate by the book. You, I'm sure, and the American public want us to follow the facts, follow the law, properly give people subpoenas. They get lawyered up. They give us replies. They do effectively burn clock, and on average,
you could have gotten an injunction, half a day. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Kennedy's questioning of SEC Chair Gensler shows we have far to go to protect Americans. Stay informed, stay skeptical, and stay tuned to Capitol Conservative.